Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia. Welcome back to the matchup here in Group E, as we have Apostle of August taking on Yanstein K.Kaku. So, looking at the composition for Apostle of August in the green, he has Wenchou, Sima Yi, and Lu Bu. The most interesting part of the comp is the Tier 3 Trebuchet on Sima Yi, but the problem with this comp is actually the Ye Vanguard Spearmen. While this is a very good unit against Shot Cavalry, because you can put them in square formation and they are sort of a spear guard unit with a crossbow, they're very expensive. 1,000 per unit here in custom battle. So that is a hefty price to pay for basically a spear guard with a crossbow that only deals 160 range. They're great against Shot Cavalry, but that's about it. So that's a major concern here, as we do have a couple Jade Lancers on Lu Bu as the only cavalry unit here. Now, if Sima Yi can fight with the generals, the two generals in Wenchou and Lu Bu are very strong, having White Water is very powerful to shut down enemy abilities, and with the Trebuchet, maybe we can force some action towards the crossbow of the Ye Vanguard Spearmen, but I'm not too optimistic about the infantry portion of this army. For Yanstein K.Kaku, he's not playing Liu Chong for this match, but still fielding a couple horse archers on Cao Cao, and we still have Wu Tugu with the 6th unit of Javelin Spear Guards, and finally Lu Bu with 3 units of Flying Riders. Overall, not a bad comp, heavily relying on those Javelin Spear Guard to do damage and help the generals, hopefully, take out the enemy generals with the Javelin. 3 decently strong general as well, so pretty interesting matchup. I think a pretty fair matchup with the generals. Cao Cao is definitely more combat worthy, but if Sima Yi can stay alive and shut down abilities, that might help swing things. Overall, we'll see how that Trebuchet performs here on the field. And looking at deployment, it's no surprise, we have a Vanguard deployment by the Trebuchet side, as they're going to be staying here in the clearing right behind the enemy. Seems like we have a pretty spread setup here by Yanstein K.Kaku, and the cavalry's hiding in the back. We'll see how they respond to this, because they're technically not in range, and they can't really see much, so they don't know actually where the enemy is hiding. While this might look very visible, you can see this is actually a hill. So the way AI vision works with hills is it blocks a lot of the vision, and you might not actually see any of these units here. They might actually be in stock. But they're starting to realize something's up, and they're going to start moving back. Now the infantry just have to kind of go in any formation but turtle and stay out of range, have the cavalry kind of poke, I guess it would work. The 200 range on the northern mounted archers is enough to outshoot the Ye Vanguard Spearmen. Oh, here comes the shots. The generals are the one getting targeted. Not gonna hit. It will be incredibly lucky to hit that. Mixed missile formation. Not a fan of it. It doesn't really do what you want it to do, in my opinion. This extra wall of spear, here comes the shots at the generals, gives you charge reflect, but you could also just be braced. It would do the same exact thing. Ooh. Very aggressive. And they're just going straight for it. What are the cavalry gonna do? Too far away to help. Did not expect the enemy general just to come in here and just muck things up. This is used a little bit too early. I think this should have been used on the cavalry unit coming over. Then they could get a clean getaway, because now they might get chased by the cavalry on the way out. It's a bad formation. I feel like it would have been better if they were just braced. Lu Bu is kind of trapped by the siege weapon. Maybe they can hunt him down actually. And the problem is not only with the general so far back, Sima Yi can't stand in there and use any of his abilities. Now he's not being pulled with them, which is bad. There you go, he's coming up. This is overchase, overchase, overchase. Ouch. It's gonna. He missed the charge, missed because how fast they were going. But now he's realized he's overchased, and that's not pretty. There's far less cavalry on this side. The trebuchet just got erased for very little punishment. I mean, they got the health down to 8k, but I feel like Apostle's Lu Bu's not going to get out clean either. They're definitely going to chase him. Does he have Dragon's Gaze? Was it used and I didn't pay attention to it? Because I feel like Dragon Gaze would be very helpful here. Just to freeze the cavalry and just run. It's getting bumped. It's hard to get out clean. Yeah, when you're trying to run away, that's when you take the most damage. He's getting chunked. He's getting bumped along the way. You can't get out clean. Change directions. Don't go straight. Away from the enemy cav would be the best. And why are the crossbows? There we go. The crossbows are firing. Yeah, he took so much of that damage just trying to run back. I feel like it'd probably be better off if he stayed and fought. Yeah, Whitewater is active now. At least the cavalry will get killed, but I'm pretty sure Lu Bu's dead. Ventral can maybe answer back. That would be great. Or Lu Bu can suicide into it. That might be great too, actually. Why is he being sent back? He's being sent to his death, trying to come back this way. Dragon Gaze now? I think it was used earlier, perhaps, but he didn't get out when he used it. Could have used it and just ran. Now we got the slam. Where is Sima Yi? Whitewater's only 100 meters. See that circle? Need to be up close with your units. Got off guard slammed. Lu Bu ran away, faster horse. Lu Bu should have chased Lu Bu in that case. The javelin's being moved up. Trebuchet is being sent back to mount their weapon. Might be too little too late. The problem with this crossbow setup is if you're going to send your cavalry over here, they're going to be friendly fired upon, and you're probably going to lose both sides cavalry, which is not the case. Actually, they pulled back. So good for them, because Dragon Gaze and then just shoot with crossbow, you could just get the job done. You don't need to send your own cavalry in there. I feel like really should just ignore the range cav. They're going to get slammed now. I don't see Sima Yi coming up. Not fighting with your strategist is like the worst mistake in the game. You gotta roar. I don't think that's gonna do anything though. I mean, he needs to stay away from... He's trying to kill Lu Bu really hard. He's got 800... Oh, javelin! Javelin! He got lucky that they didn't get the shots out in time, but he's now really trapped in the middle of a lot of things. At least no javelin will hit him, but he's getting poked. The trebuchets are firing. I'm not sure which shot's better against these Nama units. Perhaps the fire shot might be worth it. He was shooting fire shots, but when he put the units back on, it defaults back to the regular shot. That's just knockback friendly. It's not going to do anything. They'll stand back up. And he didn't change it back again, I think. Why does this adventure get out? This is not a good place to be in. He's trying to get out now, but... There we go, flaming shot. I think flaming shot's probably still better in this case against the Nama units. Yeah, they can't really get up close. Just pull the cavalry back a little. Brought the crossbow units. Ventral's gonna go out. Should have roared on them. They actually might rout with the -30 plus the fire. See, the 24, 16. They would actually rout here if he roared on them. Don't chase. Don't chase. There's no point. Yeah, you have 78 speed. They have 94. They can kite 2 for days. See, that... Now they're in Whitewater range. It's bigger than this. This is the smaller range. This is the Inspiring Search. Just double this distance. You just needed to move up. Alright, the cavalry over chase. Now they're going to get punished. Trebuchet has 75 kills. It's actually pretty decent given how things started. They routed again. Then you get back on the machines. They still have 3 ammo left. Yeah, they're being sent back. Yeah, but with Sima Yi alone and these really bad infantry, as we mentioned, It's not really gonna work. They're being pulled out of their formations so they can use their range, but they don't have that much ammo. So I don't know. See, this is 8, and that they probably shot twice at most, so maybe they started with 10. Square now doesn't really matter. Should just keep them like this because all the enemies can be coming from one direction. Yeah, like you're not gonna really shoot generals here with this. Why run? Just get your last shot out. It's only 3 shot worth of it. You're not gonna go to safety. They're just gonna die. They're just gonna die. Yeah, turtle formation advanced, doesn't even care about the crossbow. And they're done. Now we're using Wisdom River. Very low damage on these guys. Not really gonna do much. They're all in turtle. Immune to any sort of range damage being thrown at them. And they're throwing javelins back. I mean, they both have decent range block chance. They have more armor piercing damage and more defensive stat. They probably win this fight, but the general is going to come and help and completely swing things the other way. Granted how badly the trebuchet performed, they still got about 75-ish kills right there. Not sure what would have been the best option there. Yeah, the general just comes in, breaks your toy. What are you going to do? Now just a lot of friendly fire on units. Yeah, a lot of the deployment stuff that's done doesn't really make a lot of sense. Set up a defensive position, don't put your 2 generals, try to hide them behind. Like, who are they going to surprise here? They're still in the same relative area, but you created this gap for no reason. And then they just came in, used that time, smashed up your toys, and then ran away. And then Sima is not going with them. It feels like a little bit tragic. It didn't need to happen. And then just massive over chase as a response is also a huge problem. They probably don't need to be firing at this point. Like, these little fire arrows are gonna find the own javelin units quite a lot as well. Alright, it's time for Sima to die. Oh, that's way overcharged. Oh, it's not gonna make a difference though. They'll come back and hit him a couple times, and he's gonna be out of here. And we should see army loss kicking in soon. Yeah, a couple of the javelins losing out here. Just the general difference. Liu Bu dying early. Liu Bu was very healthy all the way up to the chase, and then on the way back, he just got whittled down. Running away is never a really great idea. Might as well stand and trade, unless you can get a clean getaway. He could have Dragon Gazed the unit and then maybe just ran, but that did not happen, and we have the result here. So looking at the results here, I think the biggest difference comes down to general usage, the decisiveness of Yanstein K.Kaku to charge in, just take out that trebuchet early with his generals, and then just get out. Definitely a smart play. The separate deployment was kind of pointless, and then the subsequent overchase was even more pointless, because once they came out to reinforce and they ran away, you could just wait till the trebuchet units come back and then use your trebuchet, set up your defensive position, and then play out that way, which would be how you should have played it out. And since the generals only killed one of your trebuchet machines, you at least still have 75% of the combat capability left to use, even if you lost a few units from the trebuchet. But overall, not a very good result. Liu Bu overchased and died, wasn't able to use his slam to kind of influence the battle. Those cavalry units really couldn't do too much. You never really need to overchase on horseback archers. They did, what, 15 kills in this entire fight? Just leave them alone, let them fire. They're just as likely to shoot their own allies in the back once you engage the infantry as they are to hit your infantry. So it's never going to be a lot of kills. Let them do their thing and don't throw your cavalry away at them. Still a pretty good fight. All in all, I think trebuchets can work. You just need to actually protect them. In this case, setting up some spear units in the front, especially Vanguard Spearmen, just not really going to get the job done. So a bit unfortunate there. Hopefully we'll have a better showing, as Apostle of August still has one more match today. Yanstein K.Kaku gets to end the day with a 2-0 start, which is excellent, and we'll see how his future matches work out tomorrow. So until then, bye!